5, 6, 7, 8. Seven, 8. Echo. I'm going to do it from behind all the way going to the back rather than in a big circle, just to make it a little bit less confusing. It's also easier to learn it this way before you start making your circle. But once you get it down, make the biggest circle you can if you have the space. Stretch it out. And make sure to pay attention to when your teacher wants you to turn, unless you're my cranes, and then listen to me. The other important thing to remember, especially when you're going slow, is to say that rhythm with the hornpipe swing to it. It's not tip down, pull back, out, 1, 2, 3. That would be really even real rhythm. It's tip down, pull back, out, 1, 2, 3. Okay? Nice and swingy with the music. Before I start the set, I've heard 2 different ways of starting this beginning. You can start it with da 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 da, or I've also heard da 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 da. So I'm going to go the first way. Just listen to your teacher if I'm not your teacher, and if I am your teacher, listen to me. Okay. So here we go. The set as an echo from behind. Jump down, treble, hop back. Lift, rock, 2, 3. Lift, rock, 2, 3. Over, 2, 3. Over, 2, 3. Over, 2, 3. Treble, hop back. brush, cut, heel, step, 1, 2, 1, 2. Brush, roll, 2, 3, 4, step, toe, heel. Over, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kick, point, and rock, rock. Step, treble, hop back. Sit down, sit, step, treble, hop back. Sit down, sit, treble, in the front and in the back. So some pieces that I think are important to talk about, there's a little bit of style difference in the beginning bit. On your tip down, pull back, out, 1, 2, 3s. I do a little kick out on my 1, 2, 3s to add a little push. If you need to take out that little stretch in order to stay in time, take it out, because staying in time is the most important. So you can just do tip down, pull back, step 1, 2, 3. Instead of tip down, pull back, point, 1, 2, 3. If you can practice that point though, it looks far more stretched out. Okay, some rock safety. So especially when you're practicing this dance slowly, if you're doing the whole set with like at a slower tempo, in order to get the rhythm, your rocks are literally 1, 2, 3, which is really hard to do safely without throwing all of your weight to try to get the rhythm. Don't sacrifice your ankles for the rhythm when you're going slow. Okay? When you get faster, then you're staying light up on your toes, and it's easier to just put the weight on the foot that is safe to put the weight on. Okay? So I would suggest when you're going slowly and you're doing the set all together, when you get to the rock bits, go and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay? And just rest your foot here. Don't try to go from side to side and hurt your ankles. Okay? But let's try a couple of them up to tempo safely. So remember, when you are going up to tempo, when you lift your foot back, the back foot gets all the weight first, and your front foot comes on top, and then you're squeezing your knees and your ankles together and lifting up that back heel. Okay? So all your weight goes there, and then you roll over onto your front foot. Okay? So now all of your weight should be on your front foot, not on the back foot. Okay? The back foot is squeezing against your back ankle, your back knee is squeezing together, and all that weight is on your front foot. And then you roll back on to your back foot and squeeze everything together again, and you're lifting up your back ankle. So together, you're going lift 1, 2, 3. 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 Okay. From the back. Okay. Same thing. Lift 1, 2, 3. Lift 1, 2, 3. Okay, that little cut and roll piece in the middle, I'm going to show you from the front since you can't see it from the back very well. So first, this is my right foot, which will look like your left foot in front. Okay, and I'll do it as an echo. Brush, cut, heel, step, 1, 2, 1, 2. Brush, roll, 2, 3, 4, stamp, toe, heel. Okay, and now on my left, which might look like your right, okay, same thing, echo, brush, cut, heel, step, 1, 2, 1, 2, brush, roll, 2, 3, 4, stamp, toe, heel. Good. So just remember, those rolls, think of hopping down into them, diddly-dum, okay, jump down into them, keep your foot, for me, it helps to keep my toes pointed, but my foot arched too, to get that nice toe sound in there. What I'm doing when I go slowly, just so that you can hear it, I'm going da-da-da-da, really clunky with my feet, just so you can hear it in my sneakers. But once you're going fast with the music in your hard shoes, make it nice and light. Da 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 da. Okay? Nice and light on your toes, not da da da. Alright. The last thing, over 2/3 for hornpipes. I have started calling them down 2/3 with my kids, just to remind you that the emphasis is a little bit different than an over 2/3. Okay? Your leg lifts up and it goes down on the count. Down 2/3, rather than an over, which in a reel where you'd be going over 2/3. Okay? So you're going down 2/3. You can keep your foot low to the ground if that helps you stay in time. Most important is a straight leg and kicking your butt. Okay? So down 2/3, down 2/3, down 2/3.
You